Hey guys, welcome to another video lesson from the Rovo community. So in this class, we're going to talk a little bit about leasing our blocks. Okay, look, I don't know if you remember here, right? This is where we did our staking, okay? We had to open the template here, right? And there on the side as well, so that the machine can get in and be able to work. And then we close this jig. And I'm going to show you how that closure was done there in this video. Now that I'm going to put it to you. We're done with the staking here, okay? We're putting the feedback back on now. Why are we relocating? Because we had to remove the template for the machine to be able to access it. The machine finished staking. Now we're putting it back there, okay? I'm going to show you how the placement of the template is done here, okay? So look, here on the board, we already have the marking of our axis. So here I have the axis of my beam, okay? And here I have the face, which is the outside of my beam, which is the boundary of my terrain. With this nail here, it's lined up with our rental point out there. That nail here is lined up with that point there. As our template has to be moved away from the building, we threw out 60 centimeters, okay? So if we pull from here to here, from the outside here, it's 60 centimeters, right? So how does he do this location? He puts a nail at the end, puts that nail in here, and stretches a line. See that this line here, it's picking up right on the line here on the outside of our board, okay? Then it goes to the other point there, on the other side of there, and does the same thing. And then now it's going to follow this alignment of this board here, out to out, right? So he's nailing the pickets, right? So you see he's on the pickets, nailing those pickets and nailing the board, assembling the entire jig again, right? I'm going over there on the other side to show you. It's just some clay here, but that's it. So it's here. The other nail is here at this same end, right? That other nail that I showed you there. So stretch that line and now you're nailing the jig out and out, okay? Here's the thing, guys. After putting the jig back on, I need to recap some important things with you, right? You remember we took the level of our jig in relation to our sidewalk, okay? Our jig, the top of our jig here, the top of our jig, it's 50 centimeters above the level of our sidewalk, which was the highest level that we set here according to our project, okay? With that understood, we're going to start building our blocks, okay? So what did we do here on the work site? We created a standard template, right? For blocks, okay? I'll show you later what this template looks like, okay? This template was created because all our blocks here on our work site are the same, right? So we have blocks with a single stake. All the blocks here have a single stake, right? And the size is the same. So we standardized that, right? We standardized our stake, okay? I'll show you right away in the video why we standardized it. Because then we take this template, we rent the site with this template on the stake, take the template out, and then it comes and makes the manual excavation, okay? And then we come and smooth out the site and begin placing the blocks, okay? So to make it clearer, I'll show you in the next video how this standard template was made and how it was used as well. So let's go. Look, everyone, we've now started the renting of the blocks, okay? So since all the blocks here are the same, we put together a template here, right? The template for the blocks. This template, it's 70 by 70. Our block is 50 by 50. So what happened? In order for us to dig and shape our block better, we need to dig a larger hole. So this form here, it's 70 by 70. So now Sander there, he's nailing these wooden stakes there, yeah, to mark exactly the space that needs to be dug, yeah, so we can place our block. All right, so this is a template that was set up here, and we're going to use this template to do this on all our stakes here. So check it out. We're marking the collar of the blocks here. In fact, we're marking the block itself, right? And since the pile is taller, we can't pass the axle line, right? So we're crossing the line on the outside, and then now he's marked the beam here, right? So here's the beam. The beam would be here. Here would be the axis of the pile, okay? And now he's confirming the line here, right? So he puts, in this case, we're using a face plumb, okay? It could be a center plumb as well. He places the top part here leaning against the line. And the inside face here of our plumb has to close with the marking here of our block. That's it. Well, guys, so you saw there that we made a standard shape, right? So that we can locate exactly where our block is going to be for us to be able to do the excavation. In this case, we're doing a manual digging, okay? So I'm here on a block, right? Here we have a stake that hasn't been raised yet, and we already have the hole for the block that was dug as planned. Our form, as you saw earlier, is 20 centimeters larger than our block. So when we put our form in place, we'll be able to lock the form and have enough space to make the lock. Understand? Another question you're probably wondering, all right, Luis, how do I know how deep I need to dig? And then how do I know where to raise those stakes? To answer that, we're going to head to the other block now, and I want to show you how we do it. This block here, he's already raised the stake, okay? He's already raised it at the measurement that needed to be raised, and he's also dug to the measurement that needed to be dug, okay? So I'm going to show you how it's done in practice now. I'll show you the project first so you can understand it. Then we can see how this actually behaved on site, okay? So look guys, this is our block 27, which is that block I just showed you back there, right? Important points for us to start our excavation. I need to know how deep this block is going to be. So how are we going to do it here? Here in the project, they already showed me that the top of the block is at minus 20 quota, right? What does that minus 20 mean? It means that it's 20 centimeters below the street level, right? Not from the street, sorry, from the sidewalk level, which was where we established our zero level, okay? So the point minus 20 means that we're 20 centimeters below our sidewalk level, which is our zero level, right? But what about the bottom of my block? The bottom of my block is 45 centimeters below the 20 negative level. That is negative 20 minus 45. I end up with negative 65 here. Although we are still going to make a thin layer of concrete here of 5 centimeters, we're going to dig another 5 centimeters. So it will be minus 50 minus 20. It will be at the minus 70 level, right? All right, now we have another detail, don't we? We are here at the minus 70 level, but our jig here, it's at the plus 50 level. That is, I have to, if I'm going to use my jig as a reference, I need to go down 50 plus 70, which is what we just saw here in the project, right? And how do we do that? Just observe. We extend a line, okay? On top of ours, the top of our jig, that is, my jig there is at the level plus 50. And then I'm going to go with a measuring tape and measure, okay? So what will we have? We will have 50 plus 70. That is, the bottom of my block must be at the minus 1.20 level. So this is what we will confirm here now. Just look. The bottom of my block should be at the minus 1.20 level. So I'm going to come here. Just see. I will come here and measure. The measurement shows 1.20 there. Let me go up a bit more here because I cannot see. It's right at the top of the measuring tape, okay? So look there, 1.20. The bottom of my block is at the level 1.20 minus 1.20, okay? So great, we've confirmed that the bottom of our block is good. Now we need to check another detail, which is this. This is where I'm going to level my stake, where I need to level my stake. And here the project also gives, the project already says that the leveling of my stake needs to be 30 centimeters below the quota minus 20. That is minus 20, minus 30, minus 50, right? Since our template is 50 centimeters above the level of our sidewalk, I need to lower it 1 meter, right? Because I need to lower the 50 centimeters of my template plus the 50 centimeters to the top of my stake, right? So now I'm going to set it here at 1 meter. So it's here at 1 meter, and now we're going to come here on the line and check if it's really at the 1 meter level. Oh, it's there 1 meter, right? I'm not even looking at it, but I imagine it's close to 1 meter, right? In other words, this is the place where we would need to do the leveling. The important point of the leveling, right? I need to keep it there waiting, right? I need to leave the weight there for my stake to be able to insert it inside my block, okay? This guarantees us that there will be a good mooring, a good anchorage, right? So, guys, that's how we do this conference of our stake levels, our block levels, okay? And then later, now on the side, we're going to enjoy it here. Sander has already put the shape of a block, okay? So check it out. He's already put it here. He's already put our block in the right place, okay? If you look here, we use 2 ways, okay? We have an amendment in one way with the other, right? There are 2 ways that we used here, okay? due to the size of our board and the space we needed precisely for him to be able to work first, right? And I could lock our block, okay? I'm going to show you in the following video how we do the allocation of this block there, okay? Just to help you understand a bit better, look at this. He's already dug the hole here and leveled the stake. Now he's taken a part of the block's form and he's checking it, isn't he? Transferring rather, isn't it? Our axis, which is our line, there for the block, isn't it? So now he's checking there. He's already marked the shape as well. He's just checking to position the block in the correct location. Positioned, closed, then he checks the other side and that's it. Then later he comes and locks it so that it doesn't shift. Hey guys, there's one detail I want to show you here, which was a decision we made at the construction site, right? Our blocks, if you look at their dimensions, here's 46. There are some that are 50, some are 48. To make life easier for those who are doing the work and even for us when checking, we standardized that all our blocks would be 50. So we decided our blocks would be 50 centimeters. And if we check here, we'll check the measurement internally. Internally, it's 50 centimeters. It's hard to check here, but 50 centimeters, right? And another important point, we need to check on our blocks, all right? Besides the dimensions being 50 by 50, as we switched it at the construction site, right? To make our life here easier, the execution, and to speed things up, because otherwise we would have to come here for a 47 block. That one is 48, that one is 49.5. So hey, standardizing makes it easier for the person who's assembling the form. Avoids mistakes, doesn't it? And also waste, right? With this 50 by 50 measurement, we can use all the wood. Anyway, this was our decision here at the job, okay? To make life easier for those who are running here. This is also often the designer, right? He also needs to be aware of this because he needs to understand how this is done on site, right? So here in real life, we show everything we do here. Well, he put the block here, guys. There's one more point we need to check, okay? We're going to check out the top of our block. So check it out. Here it asks for the top of our block up here, right? Minus 20. But since we have 50 of the line that is above the level of our sidewalk, we would need to give it 70, okay? So we come here. It may make a little difference. That's normal, okay? Due to the bottom of the ground and everything. But anyway, there has to be close to it here. You can't get away too much, okay? So check it out. We'll measure it here. Oh, it's reading 73 there. If the line stops at 73, okay? That's normal, right? This can happen due to the shape of the block, all right? Everything there is correct. Another important point, after we check the measurements, the widths, is to verify the depth of our block. So our block here, oh, it requires a block of 45, right? But there are also the 5 centimeters that we're going to make out of concrete ballast. So my block shape is going to come out to 50. So I'm going to measure here. Oh, let's find a spot here where 50 centimeters, all right? So the shape is also okay. To check the measurements of my block, I'm going to check another important point, the level of my block. My block needs to be level. So I'm already here with the level. Oh, one way we can check is in X, all right? So to check if it's level, the bubble has to be in the center, all right? The block is level, okay? Let's check it out in the other direction as well. Level. It's also level, right? I can check it out in that other direction too. It's also level, right? So these are the important points that you need to check in your work, all right? And prevent any potential issues with the block placement, all right? Now I'm wrapping up this lesson here. I hope you all found it enjoyable. If you have any doubts, leave them in the comments. We're in this together. This is just the beginning, and let's go for it.